Today I'm going to be talking about fats and oils and how you can use them to improve your health, which ones to watch out for and how to use the ones that are good for you. And I've got a little collection of the ones that I've currently got in my kitchen. I've had a couple of questions recently. One was about how to use oils in cooking, which is what I'll cover in this little chat. And the other was about whether or not oils can help with constipation and bowel movements, which is another little note that I'll also cover in this video. So these are the ones that I have in the kitchen. I've also made a note of another one which I don't currently have, which is worth knowing about. So oils are amazing. They have lots of health benefits, certain ones. Other ones are not beneficial to our health, even though we've been probably growing up in a society where we think they are healthy. So I'm going to run through the ones to avoid as well. So first and foremost, when you are buying oils for cooking and baking and dressings, etc., firstly make sure they're in glass bottles. Do not buy them in plastic. And if possible, dark glass bottles like this one. Otherwise, make sure they're stored in a dark cupboard. You should do that anyway. So glass bottles, store in a cool, dark place. Do not buy them in plastic and do not leave them out in sunlight or near any sources of heat, because you're going to be disrupting their delicate balance and they'll just become something that you really don't want in your body. So where should we start? We shall start with flax oil. That's a good one. I've just introduced that into my diet in the last 2 or 3 months, after realising that it's really high in omega-3, which, especially for you ladies out there of a certain age, we need to be looking after our brain health, because dementia and Alzheimer's is much more common in women than men. So I pop a little spoon of this in my smoothie each day, but this has a low smoke point. So I'll explain smoke point. All oils have a smoke point. If you cook them above that point, firstly, they won't taste good. Secondly, all of the goodness starts to come out of them. So I will mention the smoke points for each of these too. So flaxseed, low smoke point. So that means use it for dressings, pop it in a smoothie, put it in dips. Do not heat it up. So this can help you lower blood pressure, improve your heart health. This one can help with constipation or diarrhea. They did a study in over 4 weeks, a small amount of this in the diet each day helped just to regulate the bowel movement. So whether people were struggling to go or going too much, it seemed to just help that equilibrium. So that might be worth knowing. And it also lowers inflammation. So we like flax oil. That's a great one. Coconut oil. People are always talking about coconut oil. You can use it for everything from makeup remover to moisturiser to deodorants to foods, bulletproof coffee. You know, the options for using this are endless. The good thing about it is it has a high smoke point, so you can heat this one up so it's nice and hot. It's also good for fat burning. It could be good for your heart health. What else can we say about it? It's good for cholesterol. It can lower the cholesterol, but it's a great versatile oil. Now you can buy it scented or unscented, or fragranced, unfragranced. So if you don't like the taste of coconut, look for the one that doesn't. What's this one called? Odorless. So that means you don't get the coconut taste. I have both because sometimes I want that taste, sometimes I don't. All I would say is there is some research that if you are in a colitis flare, too much of this oil may not be your friend, but don't demonize it. There are a lot of good things about coconut oil, so just don't let it be the only oil that you use. What next? Olive oil. Well, everybody knows about olive oil. It's been around forever. We associate it with healthy Mediterranean diets. So the interesting thing about this, and I didn't know this till a couple of years ago, it has a really more like a medium smoke point. Don't be frying or roasting or doing any high heat cooking with olive oil. It doesn't like it. And actually, if you think about it, it doesn't taste that great once you do that. But it's amazing for everything. Always go for extra virgin olive oil, again, glass. If you can get unfiltered, that's even better, because the unfiltered version has more polyphenols, which is very good for us. I happen to find this one at my local supermarket. I like it because you get one of these lids on it. So you get to, you can always reuse bottles, I know, but it's got one of these fancy lids, so I quite like that. And also it's high in antioxidants, which is amazing. So we all know olive oil is good, but don't be heating it up too hot. Use it for dips, dressings, more like that kind of range. Don't be frying it up, because it's not going to be so good for you. What have we got left? Sesame oil. I love the taste of this oil, but this is another low smoke point, so don't be using it in your stir fries. By all means, you can drizzle it on afterwards. Again, it's great for dressings, anything that's colder, lowers inflammation and is high in antioxidants, so they also think it's good for your heart. So that's a good little one to have kicking around in the cupboard. Sesame oil, again, glass bottle. And then the last one that I've got, but there is another one I will mention, is avocado oil. I got mixed up then. I thought I was looking at my flaxseed oil again. Nice little glass bottle, and it's dark glass, so it protects the contents. This is a high smoke point oil, so you can heat this up very happily, whether it's for frying, roasting, baking, any of those kind of functions. This one is good for cholesterol balancing, so it lowers the bad cholesterol, improves your heart health. It's high in antioxidants. It's great for absorbing nutrients, which is, you know, fabulous for us people that have been in the past or currently dealing with gut issues or any kind of diseases where absorption of nutrients is tricky. They also think it can help lower arthritis symptoms, improve gum disease issues, and also help with healing wounds. I mean, these oils can be quite fantastic. So that one is avocado oil. Again, I picked all of these up in my local supermarket, so you don't have to go anywhere fancy. One I haven't got at the moment, which is worth mentioning, is ghee. Interestingly, this can be tolerated by quite a lot of people that can't generally have dairy. So about 80% of the population cannot cope with lactose. So even if you're not realising it, chances are dairy is not your friend. But ghee, although it is a butter, because the animal solids have been removed, it tends to not have the same reactions for people who are kind of missing their dairy. So ghee is a great one if you want to try that cautiously. And that is high heat, so you can use that for frying, roasting, baking, anything hot in the oven. It's, you know, that's a great one for that. So yeah, I think I've covered 6 good oils that you can have in your cupboard and use for all different purposes. Now, the ones to avoid are the ones that are highly processed. The reason for that is during that processing process, there's anything good that was in that oil has long since left, so there's really no point having it. You will be interested in this list because these are the things that, as I grew up, we were told were good for us. So it's rapeseed oil, which is also known as canola, corn oil, cottonseed, grapeseed, safflower, soybean, sunflower, and vegetable oils. So the reason for these also is that they're very high in omega-6. Omega-6 and omega-3 and omega-9 are all important for our diet, but we need to get a balance of the omega-6 and the omega-3. What seems to naturally happen in our modern diets is that omega-6 is rife because we have so many processed goods and these highly processed oils. So we need to be getting more of the omega-3s and less of the omega-6s. Now, the omega-3s are things like flaxseed oil and fish, all that kind of stuff. So you want to be avoiding all of those oils I've just listed to you because they're absolutely no good for us. There's nothing good about them, so get rid of them. They generally come in plastic as well, which is even worse. So chuck those out, get some of these bad boys in, and start doing your gut health and your body way more good. Thank you for watching.